little turns are almost the most difficult because you got to turn back and forth so sharp. If you do it too quick, you end up not cutting anything at all, and you cut right through the part that you wanted to have stick out, and you end up with a nice flat, smooth thing, which is not what you wanted, or a jagged edge that looks wrong. You got to be smooth and precise. Now here's a good place to mess up. See how thin that wall is? I did this right, this should be one complete piece. Alright, get my handy dandy little pusher. There it all comes. Okay, that's done. Next thing I gotta do is take the paper off. We'll do that next. Okay, I've got the finished piece on the table. It's my little work table, it's just a PVC thing. But it works. I got all my stuff here for finishing and painting, whatever I got to do. All I'm going to do is take this lift-off adhesive stuff here and just spray it on there and let it sit for a few minutes, and then the paper hopefully will come right off. I want to be careful because I got all these little spindly pieces here in the wood, and if I try and snatch the paper off too quick, what I'll do is I'll break those. So I'm going to just spray this on and let it sit for a minute. I need to buy another one. This one's starting to get a little low. It tends to make the wood also kind of wet and soft for a while, so I let it dry really good before I try and do anything else with it. Okay, we've had a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can just peel this off. There you go, just as nice as can be. And there, the finished product. Now I'll just put this on top and measure around it. And eventually I'll cut it and sand it out to be flush with the rest of the project. That's all there is to it. The felt will go between. I gotta clean the felt up a little bit. Now I'll sit down there and then I'll trim it all out and glue it together. It'll be done. Okay, I cut off my board piece. And now what I'm going to do is just glue the felt to it after I clean it up some. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'll put the wood on top. Actually, the wood goes this way. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I've taken my black felt and I have my background backboard I've cut out, and I'm moving this out a little bit so it'll be representative about double the amount of space I need. So I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the edge right along the edge, right of the part I don't need of this. I'm just going to cut it off, and then I'm going to slide it back and kind of center it on the wood, and that will be even better. Okay, so that. Take my use any old scrap of wood to spread it around some. I was concerned this stuff would bleed through the felt and make it look bad, but that was fine. I'm probably using more glue than is necessary for this little job. Once it's on there, I don't want to worry about it anymore. This is now glued on there pretty good, the black felt backing. Want to clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going to take my project piece and lay it on there, square it up. After I get it on and glued down, I'm going to sand it. We'll have a sandwich. So, I've made an epoxy mixture of hardener and resin glue. This will harden up in 30 minutes and it'll be rock hard and never come apart. And you take two different ingredients, you mix them together. It's an interesting type of glue, but it'll harden in a clear fashion. So I'm just going to spread this around my piece. Keep it thin enough that it won't bleed into visible areas. Okay, I put the glue on all the piece I want to glue down. Now I'm going to turn it over and very carefully place it on here. Alright, and then take this piece of wood, set it on top, and then put some weights on it so it'll sit flat. Anything will do. I got a bunch of cans here of different wood finishes I use. Okay, let's take a look. I've let this set overnight. Now we're going to take all the stuff off. And it should be nice and firmly glued down flat. And there's our first good look of it in its completed form. Okay, so now I've got the sandwich board here. Looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this down. I've decided I'm going to put a little border around it of the sides, and I'll cut these out. I'm going to cut these out and just sand them down and put a dark finish on them, and then attach them to the piece. So let me cut them out, and then we'll glue them on. So I made two little pencil marks there. I'm going to cut those off and then come back, and then I'm going to put a finish on them. I'm going to use a dark finish and stain, and then we'll glue them and then sand them, and then it will be done except for the hook on the back. Okay, I'm putting the stain on. I'm using this Java gel. I've already done a couple of pieces here, and it's a pretty straightforward process. I wipe some of get the dust off, the sawdust or whatever, the sandpaper, sanding dust off the wood. Wipe it down, and then I just apply the stain to my framing edge, my simple little frame. I guess you can use any kind of... To finish up this piece, I went ahead and put a simple frame around it, just some wood you saw me dye. On the back I attached a hanging device, a couple of grommets and a little steel cable. And that's it. That's it.